pedophiles. We all hate them, right? You better. Um, you've better. Uh, we all hate them. They're the scum of the world, scum of the world, scum of the universe, scum of the earth, whatever you're, wherever you are. Um, and today's story is about one, and this is one that I knew and that I experienced firsthand. This is a crazy, crazy story. You will not believe what happened. So I work in retail, a like a general store in a semi-rural ish area, right? Um, and I I was new there, and there was one guy who was also like pretty new there. His name was Herb. Shit. Well, yeah, his name was Herb. I was about to say like, oh shit, I'm leaking his name, but we're gonna look at news articles that has his full name in it. So, and he's probably in jail for life anyway. So I don't think it matters that much. Um, so Herb, he was new too there, right before me. He worked at fast food place for a short amount of time. That was very close, and for whatever reason, he started working at this retail place. And I always thought he was a pretty peculiar character, very interesting guy. He told very interesting stories, very crazy stories. Like this, I don't know if any of them are real or not uh, because he lied about when he moved here or what he did in his past. I'm sure a good amount of it was lies, but the things he said were absolutely crazy. He was racist. He was homophobic. Said a lot of those things. Um, there's this one time where he supposedly a dog ran up to him and he kicked it out as hard as he could, and it died. One kick. And all these stories and things he said were just freaking crazy. And being the guy I am, I love content. I smelled content from this guy. And before any of the serious shit started happening, I was already gonna make a video about this guy talking about the stories he was gonna tell. I'm not gonna go into the stories that he told because he did something crazier. He made the story crazier to where I don't have to tell the crazy stories that he told, which is bonkers. Um, so yeah, he was kind of crazy. He was 60-ish years old, and I always thought someone was kind of iffy with him. It turns out he was a pedophile, a wanted man from Florida, and he touched a 10-year-old in bad places, and that is very bad. I didn't know about this until what happened later, which you'll find out. Um, I didn't find out about this until after he was already gone and arrested. Um, and they initially caught him while riding a bicycle where he had marijuana and a metal pipe in his backpack. That is so weird. And this is what he looks like, if you care, I guess. He just looks kind of crazy. This goatee just goes hard as hell. The straight ass buzz cut. um, but yeah, he um did like molestation and shit, and it's crazy. And I guess I'm not too sure, but I guess he left before they could charge him or whatever. Before his court date or whatever, I guess. Um, and this part here, the detective was given a phone number for him, and he tried calling him and Herb said he didn't want to talk and hung up. He said, "I don't want to talk to you. Bye." drops the phone or hangs up the phone. And it's so crazy. Yeah, this guy. Um, I found out about this after. So we'll start the. So I don't know what day this was. It's maybe a week, 3 weeks ago. Um, two officers came in to the store and wanted to see the main manager guy. And we called him on the radio. Hey, can you come up? There's two officers that want to speak to you. And all three of them went back to the main manager's office. And then 5-ish minutes later, the manager called for Herb on the radio to come back to his office. And Herb went back there. As soon as he saw the two officers, he pepper sprayed them and tried running. And I guess they still tackled him. And there was a fuck ton of pepper spray just being sprayed everywhere. I guess the officers sprayed some too. And yeah, they ended up tackling him in a display of windshield wipers. And that crash was the loudest goddamn noise I've ever heard in my life. I think. It was very, very loud. And you could hear it throughout the entire store. I was up at the cash register. I was doing cashier shenanigans. And you heard this loud, loud crash. And everybody's like, what the hell just happened? And we go look back there. They bound Herb or whatever, right? Handcuffed, whatever. His face was all bloody and swollen. And I was like, damn, what the hell did Herb do? Because I didn't know that he was a pedophile. Oh, and by the way, Herb, he was living in his car because he was a wanted man. Kind of makes sense. Yeah, he was living in his car in the parking lot of this retail place. And they didn't actually tow his car like the day they got him. They towed his car a week later. So his car was just still there for a week. So yeah, they tackled him and they bound him. His face is all bloody and swollen. And they just carried him out. The officers had minor burns on their face from pepper spray and such. And you could smell the pepper spray everywhere because there was so much sprayed. They actually had to get a cleanup crew that was there for an hour to go and clean up all the pepper spray that was sprayed everywhere. It was freaking crazy. And yeah, after that, we did a little bit of digging to kind of find out maybe why officers wanted him. We found out he was a pedophile, which is probably the worst crime you could do, especially as a 60-year-old man. That is just diabolical, despicable, unforgivable. It's you can't come back from that. You're going to jail for life, and if the other prisoners find out that's what you did, you're getting killed. You're gonna get killed in prison. He's gonna get killed in prison. So, rest in pieces, Rip Bozo. Here's the article for this recent event. Oh, it's December 30th, I guess. Okay, second. New Year's Eve. He got rid of the goatee. And yeah, this is him. It was freaking crazy. Yeah, they got an anonymous report of a man working in a Fraser business who was wanted in Florida. And yeah, he got a can of pepper spray, he sprayed him, and attempted to run, they tackled him. And yeah, it was freaking crazy. And he got even more charges onto his thing, so his already probably life sentence is gonna be even longer. So, yep, get fucked. And yeah, that's kind of what happened. And I was there. It was crazy. Craziest retail worker, most insane retail worker I've ever seen in my life. Um, Yeah, freaking crazy. And it says here he was wanted for 3 counts of felony lewd molestation of a minor, which is crazy. I guess he did it 2 more times, which is even more diabolical and despicable. But yeah, that is it for that story. I was there. I was there. I talked to this guy. And I'm not gonna tell you the crazy stories because I'm sure most of them are all lies. All the crazy stories that he told. I told you about the dog kicking one, and yeah, he told crazy stories. And this was a crazy story that I told, but it's true because it's in the news. So